Danielle is here with me today, and I'm so glad. I've known Danielle for 2 years now, as of this week, and we were just discussing this morning, and a lot of changes has happened in our lives
Yes.
since then. You had a child.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. How is that?
It was quite the experience. Let's just say, I was one of those that was unprepared, but like I took it and I am just running with it. I love being a mom. Like that's one of my very first jobs that I have. So
How do you balance everything that you do and being a mom at the exact same time?
I have a very strong grandmother. She's 91 and I'm lucky to still have her, and she keeps me very grounded. I also have an aunt that I call Annie Oakley because she takes no shit from anyone. So those two are really influential in my life. I'm a very strong believer that it takes a village to raise a child. So, there are some days where I don't feel like I know what I'm doing, or I don't feel like I can do it all, but they help me to bring myself back and say, okay, yeah, you can do this. You got this. You've been doing this. This is nothing. Like, keep going. And I need that. That means a lot. They know to get on my case when they need it, and I know to listen when I have to.
I tell you what, it came to me the moment they were born. I just took one look at them and I was like, oh, I got this. This ain't nothing.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I would sit there, like when the children complain, I'm just like, oh, child. I was like, what could possibly be going on in your 5-year-old life that
Exactly.
is way crazier than what I got going on?
Exactly. Aren't kids a hoot though? I'm telling
Oh,
you.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man.
When my kids walk in the room, good luck getting anything out of me. You won't, all my entire focus is on them. I will stop everything. I was like, that's why.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Just to put myself out there, me and my mother didn't really have the mother-daughter bond that I would have loved to have. So since I do have a daughter, like I'm determined to make sure that she knows that I'm in her corner and I will always be, no matter what I have going on or what life throws at us.
One of the themes of creativity is lack of foundation from parents. That's what inspires a lot of people to go into, to have these creative outlets.
That's true.
So your creative outlet is modeling. What inspired you to get into modeling, and what inspired you to get into fashion?
Well, the thing about modeling is it gives me an outlet for my expression. It also gives me an outlet to lose myself in, because this crazy word that we call life, it can get the best of you every day. And I mean, sometimes you have to take a step back, and when you find something that you enjoy doing, I never knew that I enjoyed being in front of the camera until I had my first shot. I think I was in college at the time. I did a little modeling when I was younger, but it actually really started hitting me when I was probably in my second year of college, and I kind of started getting back into it. So I realized that I do have sort of a craft. Like I have a face, I know my poses, I feel confident when I do so. Now fashion, man, I've been surrounded by a lot of creative people. Chuck himself is one of my favorites. I have a lot of designer friends in this area that I am inspired by, because it's like age has no limit to what you can create. And I mean, I've got my young 20-somethings like Chris Cole and Jordy Day. I've got my older women that've got their styling going,
Isn't it
like
crazy
Pierre McCleary.
how young we all are, and then all the things that we are achieving now, and we got our whole lives ahead of us. Still.
Yes.
Still. I'm only
And
30
I mean,
years
they're
old.
just going, and like it's so crazy to see that, because I've been away for probably like 5-6 years. I had just gotten back a few years ago, and it's like the St. Louis that I remember when I left, I wasn't too pleased with, but coming back, it's like, wow, it really opened my eyes to how much creativity we have out here. Like how many people out here just getting it and just doing their thing and showing, hey, look, this is what I do, And I'm a big supporter of everybody. I think that's just awesome that you can do that. More power to you. Don't ever stop what you're doing. Follow your dreams however you want to follow your dreams.
I will say one thing. I tell you what, St. Louis, I wouldn't be anywhere if it wasn't for St. Louis.
Yeah.
St. Louis is a wonderful place to start out as an
Yeah.
artist. It really is.
Yeah, because you really learn about yourself. And, you know, we have some picky people, and we have some that'll kind of push you to get where you're going. You know, call them haters if you want to. But honestly, yeah. And then you
It's
have
just
those.
more of an artsy town, I
Yeah.
feel like. Very artsy.
It
And that's,
is.
you know, I grew up here in St. Charles, and I just didn't feel like there was a lot of creativity here. There just wasn't enough of it for me. It, you know, for others, I'm sure it was very satisfying. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I just wanted a little more.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like
I think we
what
all
I
do.
get, it's intoxicating. I love it. I mean, it drives me. It motivates me every single day. I'm happy waking up every single day
Yeah.
because I get to do what I love to do. I mean, I love being an artist.
And that is
What
a
about you?
blessing. I'm so proud of you, Chuck. You have come such a long way. This is your year. What's the banner year? You had a couple of them,
every
but
year they
you
say
know.
that to me. But what about you? Aren't you just so happy being an artist?
I am.
Especially in this time when we have all of these, we have social media and we have all the things, we have all the opportunities to really make our dreams come
Yeah.
true. It's possible now. Back when we were growing up, it was like, oh, that can never happen. To
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
These days,
like
it's
you
possible.
only had a limited scope as to where you could go with it and how far you could see and you know what you heard about. But now it's like, boom, you walk into an area, it's everywhere. It's out there, you know. I love it. And like I am very grateful for people like Chuck who have pulled me out of my so-called funk or out of my fear of what I can do. Like I'm appreciative that I have some good people in my corner that see more about me than some days I see about myself, like my creativity in modeling, doing makeup, hair, whatever.
Versatility with your looks.
Huh?
You change your looks up quite a bit. I remember, what was it last year? I was like, girl, quit changing your hair. Because every time I look at you, you
Chuck
look like a
never
different
recognizes me. Remember what you said? Like, it's
Now
so
I
many
do.
different shows
Now I do.
that you can do, and you never recognize. I would come to Chuck, and it would take him like 5 minutes to realize who I was. He'd be like, "Did you change your hair again?" Yes, I did, Chuck. I'm a chameleon.
I was
You're
like, girl,
never
quit
gonna
changing your
remember
hair.
me. But I
It
loved
wasn't
it
even like, I
because
said, girl, quit changing your hair.
right. It was like, you just had it like this last week. Okay, I'm just saying, man.
She's
you
like,
know?
well, I'm being photographed. I got to change my looks up.
Uh-huh,
You know?
I'm telling you. And nothing
I
wrong with it.
understand.
He
I'm the
loves
same
that
way. I
about
got to
it.
have a different hat. Got to have a different,
Yeah.
all of that. I got you. I don't like repeating outfits. You should see my closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you, Chuck. I'm
love-
so happy for you.
I love you too. I'm always happy to see you. I'm always that's
Yeah.
why, like, whenever we do our stuff, I always have to look up and have my people around
I
me.
know, and I support you through everything. You know, he's going a million places. Don't ever sleep on Chuck. I'm telling you, just because he's behind the scene doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's
He's
doing.
not busy. So my final question to you is, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I'm hoping to have my brand built. With everything that you see me doing now, I want to perfect it. I want to be able to have 3 or 4 streams of income and businesses going. And I want to be able to have something going for my daughter so that by the time she finishes high school and stuff, she already knows what it's like to handle money, what it's like to do the finances and save for whatever you want in the future. Because, I mean, hey, I've come from a rough start and a rocky road, and like, the future is it for me. I know I can do it. I know what I want. I want a nice house, car, location, and I want people to know me by my name.
Danielle, thank you.
Thank you.
The Artists United Network is filmed on location at Streetscape Studios.